Hello and welcome to another Pokemon Showdown live battle. I'm not Orangejuice, and you may be wondering why the hell am I not seeing the opponent's team? And that is because I may have messed up the recording a bit, and uh, I just noticed, sort of. But nothing much happened. You didn't really miss much. I led with my Tyranitar. She led off with the Scizor. Scizor set up Sword Dance, and I just went for a crunch, and it dropped the Scizor's defense a bit. So, yeah, you didn't really miss much. And I think what I'm going to do at this point is perhaps just go for another crunch. Hope that the bullet punch doesn't kill me, except it probably will, so who knows. I'm just gonna go for the crunch. Why wouldn't you go for the bullet punch? That's odd. Well, anyway, the Scizor is going to be going down. And now, looks pretty good. And in comes the Politoed to set up the rain, and this is not that bad, I guess. I'm assuming it's going to go for Scald or something, so I'm going to go into perhaps one of my special attackers. So I'm actually going to go into my Omastar, and this isn't actually the best move, probably, because, yep, it's frail, so it's going to be taken down pretty low. And that's pretty stupidly bad, if I may say so. I'm just going to go for an Earth Power, do as much damage as possible to the Politoed before going down, which is going to be basically nothing. It's going to be doing nothing at all to the Politoed. On other news, I'm going to go back into my Tyranitar. Gonna Mega Evolve. Wait, I already Mega Evolved. That's not gonna be necessary. I'm just going to go for a Dragon Dance because I don't know, as long as this next Scald doesn't burn me, I should be in a really good spot. And it does indeed not burn me, so that's great. Now I can go for, I don't know, Crunch or Stone Edge. I think Crunch will be enough to kill the Politoed, so I'm going to go for the Crunch. It's not enough to kill it, and another Scald comes in, and it still doesn't burn me, so the Hex does seem to be on my side. And that's pretty good, I suppose. I'm going to go for another crunch. The Politoed's going to protect, and to be honest, it's not helping his cause. Actually, it is a bit, because the sandstorm is going to be fading soon, so yeah, there's that. I'm just going to go for another crunch. It should be knocking out the Politoed, or whatever else decides to come in next. And actually the Vivillon decides to come in, and it's sashed, so it's going to go down to 1 HP, and then the Sandstorm's going to knock it out, so this doesn't seem like a good day for you. In comes the Greninja, and I think I should be faster after a Dragon Dance, so I don't really care anymore. Maybe I should just go for a superpower knockout, or at least attempt to knock out this Greninja. And I don't know, what's Greninja's speed stat? Is it 120? Actually, it's faster than me, so yeah, screw that. Now the sandstorm subsided, so that's double bad. Now I have to find out what I really want to do, because nothing can really take a hydro pump. I'm just going to go into my Scizor. And, oh crap, this isn't the Scizor I thought it was. I thought this thing would have U-turn, but it doesn't even have U-turn, so, yeah, bad, bad, bad. I'm actually just going to go for a Bug Bite just to do as much damage as possible. And actually, he decides to switch in the Politoed, and the Politoed's going to die, so, that went better than I had hoped. Back comes the Greninja, and now it's time to get utterly wrecked. I really don't like this. I'm just gonna hope the Hydro Pump doesn't kill me, go for another Bug Bite, and here comes the Hydro Pump. It's going to kill the Scizor, and it's a very sad day for Scizor, because Scizor does not enjoy going for a swim. And now I think everything else in my team is pretty helpless. I'm going to go into my H-Slash, go for a King's Shield, and stall out a turn of Rain. And things should be looking, to be honest, not that good. And up comes the thingy, and the Dark Pulse comes in. Right, I forgot that thing also had Dark Pulse, so not good, not good at all. But if it's going to go for the Dark Pulse, then it's going to be a Dark type, and I might as well go for the Sacred Sword, so let's do that. The Dark Pulse isn't going to kill me, obviously. Now I'm going to go for the Sacred Sword, and it's easily going to kill Greninja because Greninja is pretty frail in the defensive department. And now, in comes the Aegislash. Oh no. The thing with Aegislash is that you never know what it's going to do. When it's a Aegislash versus Aegislash situation, it's just never good. And to be honest, I might just go for a King's Shield straight up, or maybe a straight up Shadow Sneak. I'm just gonna go for Shadow Sneak because I don't want to really do much. That thing's going to go for Sword Stance. Now I'm going to predict it to go for King's Shield and go for a Sword Stance myself. And yep, that's great prediction on my part, not to toot my own horn. And now that you probably can't protect twice in a row, I'm going to go for a Shadow Sneak and knock you out. And except I only do 69% damage, the only time when 69% isn't the best thing that you would really want. But now I can just go into anything and kill it off, I guess. I'm going to go into my Excadrill because it resists the Shadow Sneak. I'm just going to go for an Earthquake, and Shadow Sneak actually does a massive amount to Excadrill. Hey, wait. Oh, Steel lost its Ghost Resist. I forgot about that. Well, that aside, looks like I have this game in the match. Wait, what? I have this match in the bag is what I meant to say. And I'm just going to go for an Earthquake. It's going to do a nice amount. And the Dragon Pulse isn't even going to kill me, so that's great. Another Earthquake is going to knock the Goodra out, and that is going to be GG. And I'm going to go get another battle, and if you'd be so nice to stay here, stay here seated, and you know what? I don't even know what I'm saying. Do what you want. I'm not your mom. And I'll be right back. Welcome back. We're going to have a battle against Towdy. And looks like his team is much more similar to mine. And I don't know, things to look out for. That Avalugg is a defensive beast. So I really need to keep my stuff alive to kill it. And when I say my stuff, I mean my Landorus and my Omastar, because they're the only special attackers in my team. On the other hand, it looks like Pinsir's the one that's going to be going Mega, because why would you have a Pinsir on its team if it doesn't have a Mega Stone? And other than that, the Zygarde probably has extreme speed, so I'll have to look out for that maybe. And I'm actually going to lead off with my Scizor. Alright. In comes the Avalugg, and Avalugg's probably going to like set up spikes or something. I don't know. What does Avalugg even do? I forgot what that thing does. Actually, I can't even U-turn out, I just realized. I'm just going to set up Sword Stance because I can, and Avalugg should be having a good time, maybe. I don't know. And I'll just go for one more Sword Stance because I don't really feel like anything else. And it's going to go for the Gyro Ball, and it's not going to be doing too much because I resisted. Now, I'm going to go for a Bullet Punch. I'm just going to see how much it does, and wow, that does a lot. And wow, that Earthquake does a lot. So, we're doing a lot to each other, and that sounds pretty wrong, but if you don't think about it for too long, the Avalugg is going to die. And this seems like a nice starting point for our match. And to be honest, I can Bullet Punch everything on his team, and it's going to take a lot of damage. Even that Excadrill, because Excadrill's pretty frail, I guess, in the whole scheme of things. In comes the Pinsir, and Bullet Punch should be tearing it a new asshole. Whoa, how did you live that? My Scizor is going to die. And excuse me for my random whatever I said there. And I don't know, is this Pinsir going to go Mega? Why aren't you going Mega? Apparently it's not going to go Mega. This is pretty confusing. Alright, so I'm going to assume it's choiced, and I'm going to go into my Landorus, and I hope I'm not going to regret this decision because it does not look like it's going to be the best one. And I'm going to go for an Earth Power, and this should be cool unless the pincer decides to go Mega right now, in which case it's going to evade my Earth Power very skillfully, but the pincer does not go Mega, and now it is dead. And things are looking okay. In comes the Goodra, and I'm sort of scared of Goodra. Does it have hidden power ice? What are you going to do to me? Not to mention it has high special defense, so... I'm going to go into my Tyranitar to set up the sand, and I actually get toxic blubbed, so that's not good at all. I'm going to Mega Evolve, go for a Dragon Dance because it seems like a good choice of a thing to do. Except the Goodra is going to go for Substitute, and that's not good at all. If it has Protect, my life is going to be a lot harder. I'm going to go for Crunch, it's going to go for Protect, and this is extremely bad because I don't really want to lose my Tyranitar. Maybe if it gets too low, I'm going to switch it out just so I can get Sand in again later, but he has a Tyranitar himself, so I don't think that should be too much of a problem. Let's just go for a Crunch and get rid of that Substitute while we can. And now, he failed to get the double Protect up, so that's pretty cool. And I think I'm just going to go for another Crunch just because, but it's going to go for the Protect, and no doubt it's going to go for another Protect after that too, probably. Or are you going to be predicting me to go for Crunch and switch out into your Tyranitar, in which case you are an asshole, sir. But we don't know the future yet, so I'm just going to go for a superpower, and it's going to get a critical hit, though I doubt that mattered because Goodra isn't that good in its normal defense department. Not to mention, this is a Tyranitar we're speaking of, and not just a normal Tyranitar, a Mega Tyranitar who just set up a Dragon Dance. Ladies and gentlemen, Tyranitar just died, just saying. Anyway, now I should be able to go into something else, and I don't know what I want to switch into. He's probably switching into either Tyranitar or Zygarde, so I don't know. Perhaps I should go into my Landorus, though that doesn't seem like the best move at this moment. Or I might just go into Excadrill, predicting the Tyranitar to come in. So I'm going to do that. In comes the Zygarde, so my prediction was wrong. But at least I have a balloon and you can't like Earthquake me or anything. And I might as well just go for Iron Head and try to flinch you or something. I don't know. I still don't know what Zygarde does. I know it has extreme speed, but that's the only thing I know. Actually, I'm just gonna go for Earthquake because higher BP. And you just went for Earthquake. Did you not see my balloon? I'm on a balloon. And I'm just going to go for another Earthquake and do as much damage as possible. Come on, don't be so bad. Also, don't insult yourself. That's another level of bad. So I'll just keep going for Earthquake, and eventually you're just going to die. Out comes the Tyranitar, and this Earthquake critical hit is actually going to kill it. And you just activated Sand Rush, so I'm pretty fast. And you can't hurt me with an Earthquake because I'm on a balloon. So things are looking up for me, and when I say that, I mean I probably won the match. So I'm going to go for Earthquake. I'm faster, so I'm not sure if that was a speed tie or not. But I'll just go for another Earthquake and finish off that Excadrill, except I don't because there was a speed tie. And things work very funnily around here. I'm just going to go into my Aegislash, get that priority Shadow Sneak off, get rid of that Excadrill while I can. And now the last thing that I have to worry about is that Zygarde, which, to be honest, shouldn't be too much of a big deal unless it starts setting up or something. So I hope it doesn't set up. Can it even set up? I'm just going to go for a King's Shield because I really don't know what a Zygarde is capable of doing. It's a legendary, so I'm assuming it has a wide-ish move pool, but then you never know. It's going to go for Outrage, and it's going to get its attack down while it's at it. So that's pretty cool. I'm just going to go for a Swords Dance, and I'm going to be able to go for a Shadow Sneak and finish it off, except I'm just going to go for another King's Shield just for shits and giggles so that your attack can go even more down. And now you're confused too, so add insult to injury and you're going to die pretty soon. I'm going to go for a Shadow Sneak, and this should be the end of the match, except it's not because the Zygarde manages to get another Outrage on my Aegislash, which doesn't matter in the end because I'm going to go for another Shadow Sneak and finish the Zygarde off, as the legendary falls victim to this overpowered piece of sword shield machinery thing. But yeah, that seems to be GG. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, a comment, or a subscription, or all of the above if you're feeling particularly jolly today. And as always, I will be seeing you next time. Thank you for watching.